Welcome back. It's time now for Media Watch, and for that I'm joined by James Creedon. Good evening, James.
Good evening, Annette.
Now we're going to start with Valerie Trierweiler, who's back in the news today. Canal Plus, the media group here in France, is hoping to get her back on television as a presenter of a culture show. This is unprecedented for the First Lady, isn't it?
Absolutely. It would be the first time in the Fifth Republic, I think probably the Fourth Republic, they didn't have it either, I'd imagine, back in pre-television land. But in any case, yes, it would be unprecedented. Now, Valerie Trierweiler did present culture shows before, long format sort of profiles of cultural figures in the past. So this wouldn't be unprecedented for her, but for her role as First Lady, it certainly would be. Now, it's not confirmed. She herself or her spokespeople are saying that this isn't the case, but we do know that Canal Plus has been starting talks, and that early October they're going to continue those talks with Valerie Trierweiler with a view to getting her on board for a once every 2 month show on the Direct 8 network, which has recently been bought up by Canal Plus.
Well, she's not releasing a pop song.
No, not just yet. There's always something, isn't there?
We all remember that failed resurrection of a Spanish fresco of Jesus. Interestingly, the elderly artist is now seeking royalties.
Who'd have thunk, right, that she'd have been as brazen as that after this failed effort to restore that fresco of Jesus in Borja in Spain. Let's take a look at the computer first to get the before and after of this particularly failed restoration effort.
I think this was one of your favourite items of all year, James.
Well, it led to just an incredible amount of I suppose, satirical pieces, so it was very, very funny indeed. In any case, as you can see, massive fail. The eyes in particular were just completely destroyed, banjaxed, you could say. Cecilia Gimenez is her name, in her 80s, and now the thing is, the church in Borja has become something of a tourist attraction. Even Ryanair is trying to get its passengers to travel into the Syracuse Borja area to visit the masterpiece, and so the church has started to charge money for people who are coming in to view the masterpiece. Now, maybe it is in a bid to restore it, right? But over 4 days, they did make some €2,000. And the Spanish paper El Correo says that she has now enlisted her lawyers to get royalties for, I suppose, her contribution to this newfound wealth.
If she does get that money, I really hope she makes an appointment with an ophthalmologist.
Right.
Now to perhaps the worst restaurant review ever, and it's in the British Daily Telegraph just a few days ago.
Right. That's right. Now, it was written by a guy called Matthew Norman, and he clearly doesn't have much respect or esteem for Greg Wallace, who is a chef who owns this restaurant called Greg's Table. He's also in the Master Chef show in the UK. I mean, I've never read anything so completely damning.
We've got a couple of lines here. The restaurant is likened to a chamber of horrors. And it was far less fun than having root canal treatment.
That's right. And it goes on, Annette. Rod Stewart popped up in the speakers with, I don't want to talk about it, and I know how he felt. He spoke about a really awful dip that was like a gooey piece of disgustingness that reappeared later in the meal in a tomato and oregano salad, with our singularly vile dip making a shock comeback as a relish. He spoke about 2 huge and violently burnt croquettes. I mean, it goes on and on and on.
And isn't there something about a mobile phone being used at some point?
That's right, because the service was so bad that he had to enlist his mobile phone and ring the number of the restaurant to try to find the waitress. So
I can tell you that's
appalling
not
stuff.
Necessarily restricted just to this restaurant. It's a number of times I could have done that here in Paris.
Right, not just in London.
Moving right along. Finally, Nicola Sarkozy is well and truly tired of having all these well-wishers telling them that they miss him.
It's tough being popular in it, isn't it? It's very hard when everybody's coming up to you.
Must be a shock to the system.
Right. He was heckled a lot in the past as well, but it was a close election, it has to be said. It was only a little bit between himself and François Hollande. In any case, he had lunch with François Fillon, his Prime Minister. They ate in at Nicolas Sarkozy's offices on Rue Miromesnil, and there's a piece here on Le Lab Europe 1's website wondering why he ate in. This is, surely they could have picked a swanky restaurant somewhere nice in central Paris. And there is a quote from the editor, Olivier Duhamel, who somehow gleaned this quote. All these people who hail me, this is why he didn't eat out, telling me how much they miss me. I can't deal with it anymore. I prefer insults to that.
So the source of that information is from Nicola Sarkozy himself.
That from the horse's mouth, apparently, that's what he allegedly said over why he doesn't eat out. It's just too much hassle. All these people telling him how much they love him, you know.
James Creedon, a pleasure as always. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Annette.